about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua. It's caught by OBJ. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0. Then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
Johnson running right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Being chased out left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Keon Crossen.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Dobbins. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Jackson flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. But that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good, and that will knock things up here late in the first half. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Tua, a final shot before half. He's going to go up top again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns.
I remember sitting in special teams meetings, and at some point during the meeting, the coach would always say, you better treat this one just like you're playing offense or defense. It's a big part of the game, and we just saw evidence of why right there with that fumble.
Yeah, fumble on the punt, and after it was turning up to be a pretty decent return.
Yeah, a really nice return. They were going to be set up okay, and the offense would feel good running onto the field. And now the defense has to try it out there and try and slow them down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Cook. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Jackson from the shotgun. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. He's going deep for Brown. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play that time for Cleveland. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Throwing, Cook. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And, it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 3rd. Yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I have to think that the wheels are really spinning in their play caller's mind now. They had a little setback there on 1st down. They'll have 3 more shots if that's what it takes, because they've got to take field goals out of their thought process. They need a touchdown and a conversion to tie this game. What play calls does he have on that sheet?
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now it's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cook. He finds his man complete. It's Curry.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And to give this time to the tailback. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. 52 yards on the ground for him so far. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Second and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. They run the counter now on first down. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'll be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Baltimore, it's a